Hiya, welcome to the final section of me forest. So this section I'm going to try go for something a little bit more whimsical, a bit more fairy-ish. I've already created a bit of wonderland, a little campsite down the bottom there. Like in every build, you've got to first start off by clearing your area. That's getting rid of the flowers, the night fawns. I've got to delete everything, but I'll not bore you with all that. I'll skip ahead. So at this moment, my forest is almost bare. It's almost empty. I haven't seen it like this for a while. I'm absolutely devastated. I've just destroyed my build, but hopefully we'll make it look 10 times better. So yeah, let's begin. So out I come, out of build mode, just to have a little peek, see how it's looking. Mirada and Merlin have nothing to fear, they're not moving. I'm not shifting them just yet, they stay. So great start, but as you can see there's so much that needs to be done, so let's crack on. At this point in the build, I was absolutely choking for a cup of tea. So I'll skip ahead and I'll see you back with a cup of tea in my hand. With a cup of tea in one hand, a joypad in the other, it was time to get stuck back in. So when I decorate, there's one thing I always do in every build, and that's create a little fishing spot. Now this chest I'm crafting, the princess and the frog chest, I think works really well in these little fishing spots that I make. So what I do, it's just purely for convenience, is just place the chest down next to a fishing bubble, because if you've got a star path that's telling you to catch 10 random fish from, say, the forest, and you don't want to fill your bags up, you can just put the fish straight in this box, and then at a later date you can go to your box and you can move them into your storage house or your storage island. It's just purely for convenience, and I definitely recommend anyone to do that. But that's enough talk about fish. Enough fish talk for one video. We've got a forest to make. And so that is Merlin's library set up. Oswald looking very excited indeed. I've still got so much work to do. Oswald is trying to distract us. But yeah, let's crack on. So after taking a little bit of a break, I decided to do a little bit of fishing with Oswald there. Put me little fishing spot to good use. So I was about to go back into build mode, but then I seen a blue fishing spot and I wanted it. So when you're building, it's nice to take a little break every now and again, just do something different. It can send you quite mad really, building all the time. So I put me little box here to good use, store me fish, and with break time over, it's time to get back into the build. Of course, in almost every build you've got to have a companion house somewhere, So for this one, I really wanted to use the whimsical pets. So my hope was that every time I come to this part of my forest, they'll be running around in the background in the wild, and I thought I'd give it like a more whimsical feel. I also, in each build, like to add a little cooking station and a workbench, purely just for the convenience of it. But yeah, that's what I start working on now. Now this forest house is by far one of my favourite houses. It's absolutely beautiful. If I was ever going to make a top 5 list of favourite houses in Dreamlight Valley, that forest house would definitely be in the top 5. I'm very curious as to what everyone's favourite house is. if I had to pick me number one, I would probably say it's Star Wars. That is what my main house is at the minute, but I also really like the flower shop, or the bakery as well. That's really nice. Oh, there's quite a few, isn't it? Right, Townsy, shut up. That's enough talking. Otherwise we're never going to get this build done. So, back to it, I guess. So here it is, Elsa's Cave. Now this is the section of the build that I've been dreading the most. I have decorated this a couple of times, but each time I've never felt like I've gotten it quite right. It's really hard to incorporate the two different biomes together. They've got to kind of blend into one. But yeah, this is a job for me tomorrow because it's getting quite late, so wish us luck. And so it is a brand new day. As you can see, I've just done my pride snap, my dream snap for the week. I'm feeling very fresh, full of new ideas, and I cannot wait to start. I'm so happy with how this turned out. This is my little picnic area of the forest. Very pleased with it. Overall, I'm quite liking it so far. It's coming along quite nicely. So one little section of the build that I wasn't too happy with so far is the little crafting station area. But I was determined to get it right. So I'm feeling like I just made a ton of progress there. So a tight squeeze here, I'll get to Elsa's cave. Quite liking it so far. Just having a little look so I can see what needs to be done. One thing I always do whenever I create any build is I always make sure that all my mine nodes are clear. I normally like to always make a little path or a little route that leads to them, because it's so important, especially with star paths and things. And iron, of course. So after inspecting me ore, making sure that my mines are accessible, it gets the green light, so I can crack on with the rest of the build now. So just like I thought, the Elsa Cave section was giving me so much trouble, I couldn't get it right. So in this instance I thought I'll take a break and I'll go grab a cup of tea. Yeah, so coming out of build mode just to see what I've built, see if I like it, and I must say I'm loving it. It's looking so good now. So much more pleased with it. Really like this little fairy section there with the scarecrow. I think he's awesome. I don't know if it's just me, but I always come out of build mode just to have a little walk around, see what you've built and see if you like it really, because it always looks so much different when you come out of build mode and you're just walking around. Yeah, it's always good to just walk around, make sure there's no obstacle blocking your path, no collision, no big tree that's in your way, blocking your view. But yeah, let's get this finished. So yeah, this build, it's really starting to take shape now. I'm so pleased with how it's turning out. So I've got to say, the Alice in Wonderland star path, best star path by a mile. The items were amazing. Yeah, I think I'll be using these items for most of my future builds, to be honest. But yeah, not far from the finish line now. So as I was decorating, I realised I'd never had any more of them fairy bushes. Plus I was running out of books again. So off I went back to Scrooge's, bought a few. So with an extremely lighter purse, off I went back to my forest, ready to get it finished. Just a little cup of tea edit here. Not much to do now. All I have to really do is just start adding all the finishing touches. So that is it. I am finished. Really enjoyed making it. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully next week I'm going to be tackling the beach perhaps, because this new star pack we've just gotten a lot of mermaid items, so I really fancy doing some sort of beach build maybe. But yeah, without further ado, here it is in all its glory, me magical forest. See you later.